Hey everybody, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini. Welcome to WIP Wednesday, episode number 167. And just like the title of this episode, we are opening up my brand new Mystery Mini Bag Club today. The link is in the description box below. If you're a returning student and you know how my clubs work, you know what to do. You can just click on the link and sign up. But I will be going over some of the details and things that are included, even though it is a mystery mini bag club. This is the first time that we've done a mystery version. Usually I show y'all all the projects. So I wanted to switch things up a little bit based on some of the emails that I've been getting from a lot of you, and because we have a ton of new people, actually several thousand new members to my email newsletter list, including beginning students. So before we jump into today's show, let's go ahead and make sure that y'all can see me and hear me. I will try to speak a little bit slower, but no promises. I've had a couple requests on my lives that I've received this week saying that I talk too fast. Y'all know I talk super fast and I speak 3 times as fast in Spanish. So English is my slow language. So let's make sure y'all can see me and hear me. Hi, Lori, tuning in from Sweden. Hey, Susie. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Jackie from Maryland. We got Tracy in the house. Gloria as well. Diana. Hi, Margie. Hey, Monique. Another one from Maryland. Awesome. Okay, good. Oh, Winless Original says your clubs are great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. Marion is here. Hi, Jackie. Claire from New Zealand is in the house. Hola. Marce, she's tuning in from Maryland. We got a lot of people from Maryland today. Let's see. Rose also can see and hear me fine. Awesome. So before I jump into the details of this new mystery mini bag club, this is going to be the first edition of the mystery version of this little mini bag club. I wanted to, let's give them the over the head shoulder shot here just so I can show them what I've been up to and give them a couple updates real quick before we jump in. If you tuned in last week for episode 166, you probably saw me do a demo showing you how to make this variation on a disappearing 4-patch. You can see, I think this is the one that we did. I had this one done already. I went ahead and did another one. I have all my fabric pieces cut out. So if you're looking for a quick beginner-friendly quilt project, you don't even have to make it into a big quilt. It can just be a table runner or whatever, and you have some smaller fabric pieces to cut up. Definitely check out episode number 166. I showed you how to use the Crafty Gemini 5-inch by 10-inch ruler to cut yardage down into the pieces that you need. We start off with 5-inch by 10-inch pieces of fabric and all that, and how to make this. So I just wanted to show y'all that I am going to be working on a little project here. I have some other fabrics, and these are just scraps. This is not even from the same fabric collection. This is just from leftover cuts that I've had from fabrics that we've sold in the past here, and I just be, keeping the offcuts. But my ruler, there are a bunch of you on the wait list for this because we are the only people that you can buy this from. I do have them manufactured here in the US, and we have just placed another order from my manufacturer to make some more. So if you want to be on the wait list, you can go to my shop, craftygemini.com/shop, and you can just enter your email address in the wait list little box that appears on the page, because it'll tell you it's sold out, but you can enter your email there. And as soon as they're back in stock, we will send you, well, my website will automatically send you an email telling you, hey, they're back in stock. Okay, so for those wondering what's going on with those rulers, they do take a bit to make, okay, but I will keep y'all posted when we do have them back in stock. Okay, so now let's move on. Hi, everybody that's tuning in. Thank you, thank you. All right, so, oh good, Lori says she just got her ruler in the mail. Yeah, we sold out after last week's show, so thank y'all for buying my rulers. They're super good and super fun, and I know I've mentioned multiple times that I usually have 2 of them on hand, and I saw that several of you bought 2, so hope you love them as much as I do. Okay, so we're going to get into it. I am launching my Mystery Mini Bag Club #1. We're calling this kind of the first edition of the mystery version today. The link is in the description box below. Several of you have already signed up. I know you got my email. It did go out a little late today. The new email system that we use kind of takes a long time because I have so many people on my email list. So, it takes a while for the email to go out to everybody. But I'm glad that y'all are here today. If you did, go ahead and grab the email. The link is in that email also for you to sign up. And so I just wanted to kind of go through and give y'all the gist of what exactly it's going to be. So this is going to be 6 months of mystery mini bags. Okay, what do I mean when I say mini bags? Well, if you have been around for a long time, let's think mini bag club #1. the first one that had like little pouchy projects, small little wallets, small zippered pouches, things with snaps. And I had this one that I had shared last week because this class was on sale, my accordion mini wallet. Little thingies like this, okay? Good scrap busting projects that have minimal pieces. They use smaller bits of fabric. Just a heads up for those of you that are new, this will not be in this mystery bag club. It's a mystery mini bag club, so you don't know what they're going to be. They are a mystery, okay? Each project is going to be released monthly on the 15th of every month, starting this month. So if you sign up now, and I will say it's open now, and the sale price is going to run from today, Wednesday, to next week, Wednesday, the 12th of March, okay? So you have this week to sign up and get the best savings and the best value for what you're gonna get. Just keep that in mind. Now, March, April, May, June, July, August of 2025 is what this 6-month mini bag club is going to run, all right? So the 15th of every month, and this calendar is on the website. You can also check this out in the description page for when you go to sign up, and it's also embedded inside the course for those of you that have signed up already. That way you can add these dates to your calendar, and you know when each new mystery project is going to be released, as well as when the live question and answer session for that specific project is going to be held. Okay, so if we do a quick example, March here, March 15th, mystery mini bag number 1. The video lessons will be posted at noon, as usual, for my clubs and courses at noon Eastern time. It's going to be posted inside of your course, your club account, okay? So once you sign up, you'll get an emailed receipt that gives you the information. You log in on my site, you click on my individual courses, then you go to Mystery Mini Bag Club and you open it. All the information is there, okay? On the 15th of the month, that first bag project, which right now is a mystery to everyone, right, is going to be posted there. So you'll be able to download the PDF pattern and you'll be able to watch the video lesson so that you can make it. On Sunday, March 30th, okay, 2 weeks after that, I'm going to host a live question and answer chat at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you cannot attend the live chats, no big deal. Everybody knows that I always record them and we embed the replay version inside the course as well. So a lot of people that are in different time zones, if 8 o'clock doesn't work for you, if it's too late for you on the East Coast, it might be too early for you on the West Coast, whatever the case may be, you can always click on it after it has already happened and the replay will just start running for you. Now, we will include links on where you can submit your questions. So the idea is the videos go live on the 15th of the month. You can watch the video lessons. You can ask questions, right? Submit your questions. And on the 30th, I will answer them live with anybody that's in the class. Okay, this is going to be reserved just for registered students. The next month, April 15th, the second mystery mini bag is going to be posted at noon. And on the 27th of that month, we'll have our live Q&A. So that's how it's going to work. Whatever day of the week it lands on, just remember that the 15th of each month, that new video course is going to be posted for you. Okay? Let me pop into the chat real quick. Let's see. Jackie's asking, are all these new designs? Yes, they all will be new, different mini bags, okay? The idea, and because they can vary in what I'm going to be doing with the little types of pouches, I went ahead and put together a general supplies list that you'll want to download, especially if you're kind of new to sewing bags and pouches and little projects like that. You'll want to download this, and this is included in the video, in the club, inside the lessons, okay? It's basic stuff, and I'll kind of go over a few different things. If you have your own kind of favorite and specialty notions and tools, feel free to pull them out as well. I just wanted to give, especially beginners, just a general idea of some of the things that you may want to have on hand if you don't already have them, okay? For the closures, we're mostly going to be focusing on zippers. I'll keep them easy. Relax. For those of you that are scared of zippers, this will actually be a really great challenge for you to tackle some plain, just simple craft zippers, and then some snaps, okay? And in this supplies list, anything that you see that's underlined in the PDF when you open the file, you'll be able to click on it, and that will take you to either an affiliate page link of mine, or if we sell it in our shop, to the page in our online shop on where you can purchase the item, all right? So that's that. You have the little calendar here so you know on the 6 months which dates and times for the classes being posted and the live Q&A, okay? And then we went ahead and included a freebie video tip sheet here that has 5 different tips with links to videos that will help you kind of wrap your head around how we make little mini bags, what types of interfacings you might want to have on hand, and how they act when we fuse them or sew them to fabric in our different bag projects, okay? So those are some of the documents that you can find on there already. And then let's see, Tracy says, I'll go in and purchase after the video. It's a great price. So speaking of price, y'all know most of our clubs that we've done for years and years now, we haven't changed the price. Most of the time it's 5 projects, 5 courses, and it's $97. That's like what we usually do. We haven't increased the price yet. And for this one, because it's a mystery, and I know some of you are going to be on the fence about mysteries, I went ahead and dropped the price to $87, and you're getting 6 projects instead of 5. Okay? So you're getting more courses for less price. So I think it's a great value if you do want to go ahead and just trust me with the mystery. I know a lot of you love my projects and you trust me. You trust that they're going to be good, easy projects that you're going to be able to tackle, especially with my video lessons. So for those of you, I think this is a no-brainer. And so we can talk a little bit about the price. I'll just break it down. At $87 for all 6 of the courses. Remember, they're not 5 this time. We're doing 6 because it's running for 6 months. And they are spaced out, so you're getting 1 new project course each month on the 15th of the month. It comes out to $14.50 per video course, meaning all the video lessons to make the mystery mini bag project and the PDF that accompanies it. And it never expires. And you get to ask me questions in a live question and answer session. So for $14.50, I think that's a great, great value. Now we're doing something a little bit different with this club as well. For those of you that are not big fans of mysteries, you will be able to sign up for the classes after we've revealed what the mystery is. And after that month is over, we will release the projects, which at that point will no longer be mysteries, okay? We will release them and sell them with my other over 110 different video courses for the regular $37 price point each. So if you sign up for the club, you're getting 6 projects at $14.50 each. If you sign up for the mystery and the whole bundle, okay? If you don't, and say March class comes out and you like it, you want to sign up, you'll be able to sign up, but that class alone will be $37. Does that make sense? I think that's pretty straightforward. So hopefully that helps. Obviously, that's a lot more expensive if you sign up for them individually, okay? But that is how we're going to do it. So if you just cannot stomach a mystery, I know there's people like that, a lot of you actually out there, you'll still be able to see the classes afterwards and sign up for them individually if you want to, okay? Oh, thank you, Tracy. She says, if you're new to Vanessa, she's a great teacher. Go in and try one of her tutorials and make something. She's a great instructor. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Margie. She says, an amazing value. Yep. And Jennifer says, it's a bargain. I love your clubs. So for those of you that love my clubs and have signed up before for 5 projects at $97, I definitely hope to see you in here for 6 projects for $87, okay? Oh, awesome. Jackie says she just signed up. Yeah, if you signed up already, go ahead and let us know in the chat. I want to see who all I can already count on seeing in the club, and then maybe that'll help some other students or new people that are new to my courses and my projects. Maybe they'll want to sign up too after they see a bunch of y'all that sign up. Okay, so yeah, so that is what it is. And so the $87 price point that we're offering right now, it's basically like an early bird sale price, is only valid until next Wednesday. So until March 12th, I believe that is next Wednesday. Okay, until March 12th. So if you do want to save and you want to sign up and you want to just wing it with us for a mystery, you can definitely do that at the $87 price point. Okay, Gisela is asking, question, is it possible to take old classes? Yes. So my classes, I don't really think they're old. They might have been released a while back, but because the projects are still projects and they're video lessons that I'm teaching you in, right, how to make each project, they're really evergreen. So all my classes that I've offered in the past, individually or as a part of a club, I would say in the most recent years, not the ones that I offered a decade ago, are currently available for you to sign up. You just go to craftygemini.com. Under shop, you can click on PDF and video workshops, and you're going to find over 100 and something different individual courses there. If you click on club memberships, you can see all the clubs that are available for you to sign up. And remember, the terminology, some people might not know how it works, but when I say club, it just means a bundle of courses. It's not a subscription based. You're not paying every single month. It just means it's a club because we're tackling that group of projects together as a club. Does that make sense? So you only pay one time, but then you get unlimited access to the video lessons, the live question and answer sessions, the recordings, the replays to those, and the PDFs to them as well. Okay, so great question. Yes, CS Tennis says that's $14.50 per mini bag. That's exactly right, per course. Oh, thank you. Winless Original says your classes and clubs are always totally worth it. Always. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Ethel says, is the mystery project a bag as well? So all 6 of these are going to be mini bags. They're all mini bag projects, okay? So they might be this big, some might be a little bit bigger, okay? But they're smaller bags. We're not tackling any huge projects. You know how some of the bags that we make require yardage, like half a yard of this, half a yard of that, a yard of this. We're not tackling those big projects. What I wanted to do with this, because a lot of the emails that I've been getting from people is like, they've stopped sewing for a long time. They haven't sewed in a while. They look at their sewing machine and they feel bad because they just can't get back into it. I know for me, whenever that happens, a small quickie project is what gets me going again. And so with that and the fact that a ton of you have told me that you have scrap fabrics, right? We've seen that Joann's Fabrics here in the US is closing. A lot of us are trying to kind of work through our fabric stash, but we need ideas for projects that will allow us to use those scraps. That's another reason that I put together this mystery mini bag club. The idea of the mystery is not just because I don't want to tell you what the bags are. It's more of like, just get back into the sewing groove without thinking too much about what the project is. Let's be real. All of us, myself included, have dozens of projects that are saved, printed in a binder. We have them bookmarked on our web browser. We have courses that we've paid for that we can log in and access, and we still don't do it, right? But we see what the project is. Sometimes I go and I look and I'm like, okay, I have everything, and I'm like, I don't really feel like making that today. So when I am I feel like, and I know a lot of you have emailed me to tell me the same thing, sometimes it's just easier for somebody to tell you, hey, this is what you're doing. Grab this much fabric, grab a thread that matches, one zipper, and let's go. And so that is what I'm hoping to do with this mystery mini bag club, is those of you that need that kind of little push of just like, don't think too much about what the project is. Let's just get back into sewing. I think this is going to be really, really helpful for a ton of us out there. Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. She says, I love your clubs. This is a great deal. I'll sign up right after this. Yay! Mari says, are they going to be suitable for the more experienced bag maker? Yeah. So if you're more experienced, you're going to be able to crank through them, I think, pretty quickly. There is one thing that I always tend to do, even when I keep things beginner friendly, is that I don't really want to feature the exact same skill or technique project after project after project, okay? I would rather teach you a different skill, a different technique in each one. And if you want to practice that skill or technique, you just make more of that one, right? Because otherwise it gets a little bit too redundant. Granted, a zipper pouch is a zipper pouch, but I usually will like to feature either different shapes, a different boxed bottom, a different way to finish the zipper with tabs, no tabs. And so I will always still offer y'all more variety from project to project than just doing the same thing. So I think even from a more experienced bag maker, when it comes to mini bags, like they're just like a potato chip project. Like you're just gonna want to make more and more. So I think so, and I'm more experienced, but I still like those quickie kind of more beginner friendly projects. So hopefully you will too if you decide to join us. Eunice is asking for a photo of the bags. There are no photos of the bags, Eunice. This is a mystery mini bag club, so it's all mystery. I mentioned earlier, for those students that are not interested in doing a mystery, you can obviously just wait until each bag is released to club members, and then we will offer the course up for sale individually. Okay, this is specifically a mystery bag club for the reasons that I stated earlier. And so for those of you that are just willing to jump in and get back into sewing, regardless of the project itself, obviously you're still going to learn, new things. You'll be tackling different shapes, different types of little mini bags. It's just a way for us to kind of just, even if your month is busy, you can count on the 15th of the month having that video lesson posted. Whether or not you make it, you'll be able to log in and at least watch the videos and get a little bit of inspiration that way, okay? Whether or not you decide to make it, because I know sometimes when we tackle a bunch of projects, because some of my clubs ran for like 5-6 weeks and we made 5 projects, that doesn't always work with everybody's schedule. So you know me, I like to switch things up a little bit. This is going to be a little bit slower, but still smaller projects, and it's going to span the 6 months. So one little thing, even if you don't have much time during the month to sew, or you feel like lately you've been thinking, I want to sew a little bit more, but I don't really have time, I think this club is going to be great for you because the projects won't be that time consuming, and it's just one per month. So starting off slowly, one little project feels just like a little bite-sized chunk of something to get you going and sewing again. Okay? All right. Oh, awesome. Hi, Josie. She says, just signed up. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you, Josie. Mari says, you got me convinced. LOL. Awesome. Um, So Inquisitive is asking, will any of the bags use invisible zippers? I'd like to learn to use those more confidently. So these ones that we're working on here for this mini bag club won't feature any invisible zippers. But I think recently I've gotten a couple people that are wondering, like they either bought a bundle of them and thought that they were craft zippers and so they want to do some stuff with it. So I have added that to my very long list of tutorials and to-dos. But no, this club won't feature invisible zippers, okay? Yes, all the courses are available after the projects are over, so it's not like you can only make it during that month. Once you sign up for any of my courses or my clubs, you always can log back in and access the content. We say this every time I release a new course or club. I have students, I actually had a lady the other day write me and say, hey, I've been sick for the past couple of years. I'm just now starting to get back to sewing. I signed up for one of your classes. She says a couple years ago. When I looked up her account, it was like 2017. So all I had to do was reset her password because obviously she couldn't remember it. She didn't know what she had signed up with back then. We reset her password and that's it. She logs back in and everything that she had paid for, she can log in and watch those video lessons. Easy peasy. And a lot of you that have been with us for over a decade now know that that's how it works and it will continue to work like that. So whenever you sign up and pay for one of my courses or clubs, you can always log back in and access the content. It doesn't disappear, okay? The deadline, D is asking, when is the deadline to register again? To register at the $87 sale price, you have this week. So today is Wednesday. What day is it today? The 5th? You have until March 12th, okay? Yeah, Laura, welcome. She says, I'm late. A new club. Yes, a mystery mini bag club. Tracy says, I would be one of those people, LOL. It happens, you know, and sometimes I have people that say, hey, they'll send me a little note. I'm signing up now, but I don't retire for another, and they'll say like 43 months. I'm retiring in 26 months. And when I'm retired, I'm going to log back in and get to working on all these projects because they know that they will be there, okay? Okay, Alice, great question. Are the bags your designs or are you using patterns from other designers? They will all be my designs, so you won't have to purchase any patterns separately. The $87 is going to cover the PDF pattern that we write up for y'all and the video lessons that I will be filming for you. So it's all included in the one club. So great question. Let's see. Oh, good. Pamela says, I love Vanessa's projects. I have a lot of them. Great if you're a visual person. I just signed up. $87 is so worth it. Thank you, Vanessa, for your time and talent. Can't wait. Awesome. I can't wait to see what you make, Pamela. I can't wait to see this is my favorite part, is like seeing the fabrics that people use. So if you have a bin or a box or bags of fabric, this is going to be the club for you to pull those bits out. You know, sometimes we have a chunk that's maybe not quite a fat quarter, or you have like one fat quarter of a fun print, but you don't have any other prints that came in that collection, or you're not exactly sure what to combine it with. This is going to be the club for you to combine smaller bits of fabric without requiring you to track down, you know, another 3 yards of that same print like we often have to do when we make quilts, okay? So smaller projects and pretty straightforward things. Now, let's see. Yes, Sylvia, they will be new bags, new different mini bags. Remember, think small, quick pouches and things like that. Now, I talked a little bit about this already. I wanted to kind of go over just some of the supplies. If you're newer to sewing and you want to get into making pouches, bags, wallets, and that kind of stuff, these are pretty basic supplies that you're going to want to have on hand if you don't already have them, okay? One obviously is going to be your sewing machine. You're going to be using mostly the regular, I usually call it the universal presser foot that comes on the machine. But for any zipper pouches, you're going to want to grab your zipper foot. Now, mine looks like this for this specific machine. A lot of them will look similar, but you'll want to check your user manual to see what the zipper foot for your machine looks like. If it's a newer machine or you bought it new and you have everything that came with it, you can oftentimes go in here, might be a little pouch or a bag or something with the accessories, so you can locate the zipper foot. Usually they'll have a letter, and when you look in your manual, it'll tell you letter E and it'll say zipper foot or whatever, letter R, letter F. And so you'll want to go through the different feet that come with your machine, if it came with different ones, and see which one is which, because you're going to be using that to install zippers, okay? Zipper foot and the universal foot is all we'll be using. You do want a sewing machine that has straight stitch, and if you have zigzag stitch, you're going to want that too. So if you have a machine that does both straight stitch and zigzag, that's going to come in handy for these projects. Pins And plastic sewing clips, these are going to be your go-to. I know a lot of people just use the plastic sewing clips these days. When we're using something, or I should say when we're using or working with fabric that has batting, fusible fleece, or some type of a loftier interfacing, we'll usually go to working with these plastic sewing clips. They come in really handy. When I'm working with just fabric on fabric, or maybe fabric that's been fused to, say, a cotton woven fusible interfacing, like Bozo Fashion Fuse, I'll just use pins. So if you have both, you know you're going to be set for whatever project, okay? So that's kind of what I'm trying to cover here. Something to mark your fabric with. There's so many different tools on the market that you can use. There are chalk. This is a Choco liner that has a little wheel, and when you roll it back and forth, it dispenses the white chalk. It comes in different colors. I don't mess around with the blue or the yellow. I can never get that stuff to come out of my fabric. White is my favorite. If you're new and you don't have all this stuff or you're not trying to spend money on this, just use a regular pencil, okay? Most of the time when we're needing to mark things, it's like one little line here and here. We're basically marking where we need to start and stop stitching. So you're not really going to be marking too much, okay? So if you're newer, you can just use a plain old pencil. There's these white chalk pencils like this. And then, of course, these water and air soluble blue or purple is usually the colors that you'll find. They're fabric safe markers, okay? Now, if you're working with dark fabric, you're going to want something that's white or light colored to mark on it. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. On the lighter fabrics, I tend to use one of the markers, either the blue or the purple markers. So it's helpful to have both, right? Because depending on the fabric you end up working with, you want something that's going to show up on it, okay? Jackie's asking, is SF101 the same as Bozo Fashion Fuse? It's the same type of interfacing. It's not the same weight to me. I prefer the Bozo. Obviously, that's what we sell, and that's what I've been using for, I don't know, over a decade now. But SF101, the Pellon product, is a cotton woven fusible interfacing. Yes. So if I say you need cotton woven fusible interfacing for the lining or for something like that, yes, that's what you're going to want to grab. Okay? Lynette says, just say no to yellow. I heard that. That yellow chalk is not your friend. Okay. Something else that comes in handy, and these are tips really, because you can get away with making projects that don't have some of this stuff, but you're going to be able to sew and be a little bit more precise when you do have these helpful tools, okay? So Lucille, the link to sign up for the new Mystery Mini Bag Club is in the description box below. I'm sure we've probably put it in the chat for you as well, so you can find that there. Okay, so 3 different things here, but I could use them similarly in my projects, okay? So one is going to be a Wash Away Wonder tape, and this is a paper-backed double-sided sticky tape. For those of you, I was like, what's on here? There's nothing on here, but it's because it's stuck here. For those of you that are new to sewing zippers, you may have seen that I use this sometimes, especially when I'm teaching beginners, because this, you see the paper here, you stick this right along the edge of the fabric where you're going to be putting a zipper, and it helps keep the zipper super straight so that when you sew, you get a perfect installation. You remove this paper back, and then you would put the zipper on top, but you can see how it's sticky, okay? And it's sticky on both sides. It's washable, so it's just like a temporary hold to get you to be a little bit more accurate with your sewing. And it's not just good for zippers. A lot of people will use this when they're sewing with faux leather, vinyl, cork, anything that's a little bit stiffer and more rigid and they don't want it to move because you can't really just like, you know, tug it back into place like a more pliable fabric. This really helps. A lot of people that work with leather also will use a double-sided tape like this. So this is handy. You don't have to have it, but if you do, you know, it helps. These are all different things that you're not going to use them in every sewing project, okay? But if you have it in your little bin or your little stash there of stuff, when you reach a project and you're getting to a part where it's like, oh, I'm having trouble here, these oftentimes these extra little specialty tools can help. This I have here is just a temporary adhesive. It's a fabric safe glue stick, and this is one by June Taylor, but there's a bunch of different brands. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that it's a little tacky, but this one I will use when I don't want liquid, okay? So that's kind of why I'm showing you the different ones. This is a glue stick, so it's just a little bit tackier. It holds really, really good on a ton of different fabrics, but then you can also use a white washable glue, and I always recommend the white one. This is a liquid glue. So if you use this to hold a couple little things down, you're gonna need to let the layers of fabric dry first before you take it to your sewing machine. Otherwise, you can gum up your needle, right? Because this is liquid, this is not. And whichever one you're using, you're going to use a minimal amount. Again, you don't need to have all of these, but if you have some type of a fabric basting glue or a double-sided tape, something to hold layers on, it can really make your sewing more enjoyable and easier for you to get through the project, okay? For thread, all the mini bag projects will either use a cotton or 100% all-purpose polyester thread, whatever good all-purpose thread you prefer to use. Any of these threads is going to work fine, whether it's cotton or 100% polyester, okay? What else? I said sewing clips, the pins or sewing clips, and then some thread snips. I like to use thread snips. Sometimes you'll see me cut with scissors, like if I'm just cutting my thread tails. But for beginners, I don't recommend that you just use the same pair of scissors that you're using to make your projects or cut out the fabric pieces, because guess what happens once you start moving a little bit quicker? If you have big shears like this, it's really easy for you to literally just cut a whole chunk out of your project. Ask me how I know. I've been teaching people for almost 2 decades and myself have done it, okay? Do not try, like don't get into the habit of cutting your threads with big scissors. With snips, it's easier because they're still sharp and you can trim the threads. And even if you do grab a little bit of the project, oftentimes it's just the tip and it's not enough to actually cut the fabric. So something like that, okay? And then closures. So we talked about zippers. I'm trying to keep them down to like minimal closures, but sometimes when I want to offer a little bit more variety in the type of closures that we have on mini bag projects especially, we use something else, right? I'm going to not introduce like magnetic snaps. So we're going to stick to the more affordable, easy ones, because usually when you try out plastic snaps to begin with, you end up buying like a starter kit. So a lot of y'all, if you make pouches, even if you don't make a lot of pouches, but even if you do, you probably still have a ton of different colored snaps and things. And so this might, you might be in a position similar to our fabric where we're like, I want to use my fabric. Like I want to use my snaps. Okay. So this is a cam snap kit. Again, in the general supplies list for those of you that are going to sign up for the club, in here you'll see that I have a plastic snap starter kit. And if you click on that, that will take you to my affiliate link for the bundle that I recommend that has an assortment, but it also includes the pliers. And this was a pair that I bought a few years back because this one I've had for 17 years and you can see it's rusted in here and everything, and so it's kind of worn a little bit there, and so I don't like the little ridge that it makes on the end of the snap on the cap, so I ended up buying this one maybe like 4 years ago or something, but they last forever. I could still use this, but still, okay, the difference, had it for a long time. I've been using snaps since I was making cloth diapers for my kids, and they're teenagers now, so a long time. And each of these snaps, especially if you're buying the Cam Snap brand, which is what I recommend, they are designed, last I checked, for like 10,000 open, close, open, close. So you're not going to wear them out, okay? I never did with the cloth diapers, and that's all my kids wore. Whew, the old days. Okay, so a snap, if you have a plastic snap kit, and this is like, the prices have gone up on things, obviously, but I would say maybe 20 something dollars, and you're going to have a ton. Like you could still make a bunch of different projects. So if you're someone who has a huge fabric stash and you're thinking, maybe these little projects will be good for me to kind of advance my sewing skills and techniques, and maybe you can make some money back, right? On the course, on the fabrics that you've been buying for years that you haven't used yet, and you're thinking maybe you'll sell these little pouches. If you have a bunch of different snaps from that starter kit, you'll be able to make a bunch of them, right? Because the different colors we have, we can start to kind of set them aside with fabrics that they will match with, and then make different themed pouches and projects, okay? Let's see. Oh, Tracy says, I had trouble with snap failures until I realized the ones I ordered, the stem was too short. So that little center prong, that's why I always recommend cam snaps. I think that's how they started, was in the cloth diapering world, and then people started using them for all kinds of stuff. So she's talking about this little prong here in the center of the end cap, okay? That has to go through your fabric layers, and then the male and female end get put on the other side of it, and what holds it together, and I'll show you, where's the little accordion mini wallet that I had out here earlier. Where did I throw it? Oh, I don't know where I put it. I probably tossed it somewhere to the side, and it's probably staying right at me and I can't see it. Anywho, oh, here they are, duh. So here they are in action. That little center prong is actually still there, but it gets smashed down, and that's what holds this male end of it to the end cap. That's how those work, okay? And the same thing goes for this one. It has an end cap on the inside so that the female end is exposed and the prong gets squished down with those hand pliers in the middle. So what happens is with your snaps, when you're using them, you have to also be mindful of how thick of a project, how thick of the fabric layers are you trying to install it through. I used to have trouble sometimes when I used really thick fleece when I was making like the diaper covers for my kids, like wool little pant things that go on top of like the cloth diapers to help wick away the moisture and stuff. If it was too thick, the prong, when I went to press it down, it didn't have enough clearance to squish down enough and hold the layers together. So you got to be careful. Obviously, for projects like this that just feature fabric and a little bit of interfacing, even a light fusible batting or a light fusible fleece, the snaps will work just fine. Okay, but you got to be careful because if it's too thick of fabric layers, it's not going to work. All right. All right, let's see. Yes, Lynette says to make just because gifts too. Little pouches, it's like I say, you can never have too many zippered pouches, but I feel the same about like little pouches, little wallets, things to organize things in, to sort things out, little project bags for those of you that knit, crochet, hand embroider, cross stitch, all that. Little pouchy projects, okay? Hi, Brianna. She says, I'm all signed up. Awesome. I can't wait to see what fabrics you use. Let's see. Oh, Jackie says, I hate those snaps. I get so many failures when I apply them. The trickiest part about it is just making sure that it's centered. I know some pliers that are like off-name brand ones make it so that once you slip it on there, it's not always centered, so that can be tricky. But it's worth it to kind of waste a few while you're learning how to do it, and then boom. I mean, I used to add snaps to everything. One of my favorite things about the snaps too is that you can make your projects and you install them at the end. So you don't have to like, you know, when you're working through a bunch of steps and then you're like, oh no, I went 2 steps further and now you have to like take it apart to go back and install something. You don't really have to do that with the snaps. They get installed at the end of most projects, okay? All right. Oh, good. Sylvia says she has a ton of all that stuff. Snaps, magnetic snaps, all the things. So you're definitely going to be able to go through them. That will be good. Let's see. Oh, Zena's asking if I'm planning any intermediate and advanced bag clubs anytime soon. Not right now. What I do want to feature next is probably going to be garment sewing and quilts because I need to make some more. Y'all know that you get to come along with me for the ride based on what I have to do because that's what I get excited about when I have to do stuff. All right. CS Tennis says, can we get the supply list, etc. once we purchase the club? So the full general supply list is in there. Once you sign up, you can access it in there. To download it and print it out, and you can check it off if you have the stuff in your stash and all that. Great. Gloria says, I'm signed up and I'm excited to do a project a month post move. Oh, that'll be good. A perfect way to get right back into sewing. So the interfacings. Aside from like cotton fabric, and they don't all have to be cotton, but if it's like medium weight to lightweight type fabrics that are good wovens that are going to be able to be to hold up to fusible interfacings being attached to them, then they're going to be able to work for these projects. Here I have a piece of Bozo Fashion Fuse, which you can see is pretty sheer. It's like a thin cotton muslin fabric, and then one side has tiny dots of adhesive. And this just helps us add a little bit more body to our fabric. Oftentimes you see that used in linings. So you'll need this, okay? And then some other type of batting, fusible fleece, light fusible batting, which is what I like to use. This is just a scrap piece I pulled out here. And this is Bozo light fusible batting, which we sell in 1-yard chunks in my online shop. So you can do a quick search for that. If you don't have anything that's like a fusible batting like this, it would be good to have a yard on hand. I use it in almost all my little pouch and bag projects, okay? So this is Bozo light fusible batting that you can find at craftygemini.com/shop, all right? Again, it's lightweight. Usually when you have like a fusible fleece, it's a little bit loftier and thicker than this. So not all sewing machines have a good time stitching through seams that feature multiple layers, or if this is in the seam allowance, it can get a little bit bulky, and I'm talking about fusible fleece. This is a little bit thinner. So I find that this is easier on most home sewing machines because it's not that thick. It still gives us a little bit of body to our projects, and it just works really well. So we sell it in 1-yard cuts if anybody's interested, and that has been restocked as of last week. Okay. So something like this that gives it a little bit more body. Now, if you're a quilter and you have scraps of cotton or cotton polyester or whatever batting, you can definitely use that, okay? So the idea behind the Mystery Mini Bag Club, remember, is to use up what we have. We're trying to use up smaller pieces of fabric. We're trying to use up our scraps of interfacings and battings and still convert them and make fun, cute, functional, practical projects that we can use every day. You can gift them, and of course, you can sell them. Obviously, you know, that's one quick way that I know a lot of my students do. They'll make the projects in a club and they make their money back on the club's investment by selling the stuff that they have. They didn't even have to buy fabric. They're using the stuff that they have. You know, when people see the cute, especially when they're functional and practical little projects, those oftentimes are easier to sell without having to have such a high price when you make like a big handbag, you know? Nobody's gonna sit there and deal with you giving them line item like this has soft vinyl. This is super expensive. I used cork fabric. This is really expensive. All the hardware I used, my number 5 handbag zippers, you know, all the individual components that go into those larger bags can really add up, making it, you know, a little bit trickier to sell it for what it's worth, right? The smaller projects, I think, it's easier for craft shows, craft bazaars, you know, farmers markets or wherever people go and set up a booth to sell their stuff. It's a little bit easier on those smaller pouches to sell them, especially if you're using materials you already have at home. Okay, awesome. Brianna says she has a market coming up on April 12th and she feels the same way. Oh, wait. She says she can make a bunch of the first bag for it. Exactly right. All right. Okay, good. I see a bunch of you have signed up. Thank you. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. She says she's all signed up from Australia. Awesome. Ethel is just signed up also. Um, Jack365 says, can you use metal snaps? I have a bunch of those. Yeah. So you just have to pay attention. And this is obviously something that you can ask when you see one of the projects come up that has a plastic snap. Depending on the type of metal snap that you're using, this would be a great question to submit to me for the live question and answer session. You can even upload an image. So depending on the type of snap that it is, if you submit that as a picture and a question to me, I think that that would really benefit the club and the students that are tuning in for the live Q&A, so I can tell you exactly where in the construction process you'll want to stop and install that specific type of snap, because those things can vary, right? Not all the snaps are created the same. Some of them, the back of it needs to be hidden. Some of them can be installed at the end like the plastic snaps usually are. Okay. All right. Yes, Lori says I like to give them as gifts. Great, great, great. Oh my gosh, Jackie says I accidentally bought 2 cam snap kits, so I'm ready for the next 50 years plus. You know, they include a lot for sure. Okay. Let's see. Rose, we don't sell the cam snap starter kits. It's in the supply list. So you can download that and click on that link, and that will take you to it. It's like an affiliate link of mine where I buy them from. Okay. All right. So I think that's going to be it. Just some general sewing supplies. If you're looking to get back into the swing of things, definitely check it out. You can sign up. It is a mystery. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I'm telling everybody, it's a mystery. If you don't do mysteries, you can sit this one out and just wait for us to release the bags, the little mini bags, individually after they are released to the club members first. And of course, if you sign up after you see the bag, it's going to be more expensive. So just remember that as well. Awesome. Hi, Brenda. She says, I just signed up. I love these clubs. Yay. Awesome. Lisa, the club is called Mystery Mini Bag Club #1, okay? Because they're all mysteries. On the 15th of the month, I will show you what it is. The video lessons will be up and you can download the PDF then, okay? So that's the whole premise behind the Mystery Club. Don't feel bad. If you don't like mysteries and you just can't stomach it, it's okay. This is for people who just, you know, want to open their inbox on the 15th and have me say, Mystery bag #1 is now posted to your student account. So you can rush over, check it out, watch the videos, and give it a go without thinking too much about the project. This is more about getting us sewing again, grabbing stuff, working with pretty fabrics, and just making something. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks for your great questions. Thank you to everybody who has signed up already. I'm super excited. If you sign up, I will put you on a separate email list that's going to be just for Mystery Mini Bag Club members. And that way I can be in communication with you in terms of any supplemental kits that we offer. Because I know sometimes people write me and say, yeah, I have fabric scraps, but I kind of want, some fabrics put together for me that I know are going to match and stuff like that. So we'll be communicating with y'all separately off the main email list and just keeping you in the loop of when the classes are posted, reminders to submit your questions, reminders of when the live Q&A chats are going to be. And remember that when you sign up right now, you can log in. Obviously, there's nothing there because the first bag course is going to be posted on the 15th, but you can download your calendar so you know which dates the live question and answer sessions will be held. They're always recorded, so you can access the replay if you can't tune in on those live dates. Your general supplies list, a little freebie video tips PDF. You can download all this stuff and just start gathering your supplies and just patiently wait until the 15th for the first mini bag project, okay? So thank you so much. Thanks to everybody for your great questions, and I will see y'all in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody, and I'll see you in the club. Bye.